Join us in the magical kingdom of Swan Lake in an all-new, full-length animated motion picture, The Swan Princess and the Secret of the Castle.
Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel, Paws On Animation.
And today we're covering the Swan Princess sequel, The Secret of the Castle. Hope that's the right title.
And joining us is our special guest, Rascal.
Mega TriStar.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for joining us again. So, in this second movie, it's
It's to be here.
awesome.
Hooray.
So now in Swan Princess 2, after the events of the first film, Prince Derek and Princess Odette's anniversary is interrupted by the dangerous vandalism of Knuckles, the minion of the evil magician Clavius.
Oh my god.
And lots of things ensue. Is there going to be a happy ending after all? We'll find out. But
before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and occasionally some future podcasts and we'll pause videos.
absolutely. So as we mentioned before, in case you don't remember, thanks for joining us again, our specials. Mega TriStar gifted us with a DVD with the first 3 Swan Princess movies. So this is the second one that we've watched and we're covering.
Yes.
So if you haven't seen the first movie and you want to know what's going on, you can check out our podcast on that.
Right. So with this one, a little bit after seeing the first one, we were excited to see what the sequel was like. We know there's like 100 sequels, but we wanted to see just how the second one fared before we go down the rabbit hole of these other entries.
And if I'm not mistaken, Star, you watched it again yesterday. Did you get a chance?
Oops.
That's okay.
Right, well, we remember enough of it.
Yes. So, in this movie, you have the prince and princess again.
Right.
As well as the king and queen, the parents returning.
Right, and I think it's been a year.
Actually, if you're talking about King William, he died in the last one.
Oh, he did. That's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is weird because it
We
says...
know the villain died, and then this new villain was apparently knew the first one, which we thought was kind of hilarious. It's like, wait, where'd you come from?
Okay.
Former partner, if I remember.
I remember.
Yes,
that's
that's
right. And the mom gets caught in this one.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
And what's interesting is this is actually shorter than the first movie. It's only 71 minutes. The other one was 89. It was about to hit a 90-minute movie. Now this one's 71. It's a little over an hour.
Queen Roberta, that's her name.
Okay.
And in this movie, I'm glad you corrected us on that, because in this one you have another character that actually gets taken out. And I hope this isn't the trend for each movie that you end up losing a character.
Right.
I don't know. We'll have to see with the third movie. Do you know, Star?
What?
If they lose a character in each movie, because in this movie there was a character also lost.
Yeah, I don't
Gene
think-
Bob?
That's what they said.
John Bob briefly dies.
Right. But then it looks like he's back in the third movie?
Yeah, that's what I thought was weird. Like, wait a minute, what do you mean he died? He came back. Unless it was, he was asleep.
So maybe that's what I was thinking about the king, unfortunately.
Maybe, yeah.
No, that didn't happen in here.
Right.
So there are a couple of things that set this movie apart from the first one. And the big thing are the musical numbers. That's one really big thing. There's lots of songs in this one versus the first one. How did you like the songs?
They were pretty entertaining.
Yeah. True.
There were 5 songs, 4 or 5. Including a rap.
Oh, gosh.
Including a rap.
In Fairy Tale, look, not even Shrek did this. Come on.
The villain never had more of a kind of a rock feel to it.
Yes.
He guitar guitar.
Yeah, it was so weird. All of a sudden, it's a rock song. We went from classical music, fun and fancy, and all of a sudden, I was like, okay, why are you like centuries ahead of time making a rock song?
The Samurai Jam all over again. Maybe they wanted to do something different, and I have to say, if that was the goal, they made it, because this movie isn't like the first one. It's not a cookie cutter movie.
Right.
You've got the musical numbers. You've got now the prince and princess have been married, I think, a year, if I'm not mistaken. And as you mentioned, his father is gone.
Right.
And then you have evil back here again.
Yeah.
And this time, Clavius is in the majority of the movie.
Yeah. Which was a change from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out that this guy knew the original villain, which was, like, to me, hilarious. You never heard about him, and he gets this sequel. Oh, yeah, I knew him. We were partners in crime. Like, well, you weren't really. You didn't mention you at all. The first movie.
And back to the songs. From what I understand, there were two gentlemen there were two men. Oh yeah, two gentlemen who provided the singing voices for Prince Derek and Sir Claudius. So it wasn't the voice actor.
Right.
But did Michelle Castro do her singing for the movie?
Yes, but for... Yes.
Awesome.
She did. It both speaking in the singing parts for both this and for the third movie.
Ooh, okay, that's great.
Oh, yeah. We like when I have the speaking and the singing roles together.
And I have to say that with the songs, for me, this put you more in mind of a Disney movie. And I was kind of surprised that they chose that route. But again, maybe they were looking to do something different
From the first one.
And they did. They absolutely did. It had some funny moments amidst this crazy villain. They did have some fun moments.
Right.
And I like the relationship between, Odette and, what's the prince's name? Derek. I just said it, between Odette and Derek. Because you can see they've gotten into a rhythm, and they're used to each other, and they've got this rapport and this kind of fun way of dealing with each other. They're more comfortable and relaxed with each other now that it's been over a year.
Right.
In the first movie, they were trying to establish whom they were, because she's like, oh, you're just like me because of my looks, and
he's like, yes!
I want to be with you. And,
he said, yes!
and then what happens to her, and then
Remember how in the review of the first movie, I couldn't remember what the line was?
yeah.
Right.
Now I do. It was actually... You should write a book about it. That's how search women in 5 minutes or less.
I guess it's like they were saying, hey, Disney has it in 3 days. Oh, this one has it in 1 day. We can do better 5 minutes.
So they were awkward in the first movie, and now they're comfortable in this movie. I did like that character development. I did like the progression, because sometimes you get movies that are like this, especially if it's an anime.
Right.
And you think, okay, the characters are together now, they're a couple and or they're married. It's gonna be nice. And then you get to the next movie and it's like, what happened?
Right.
And most of the time, they were static, or their character, their personality gets screwed up with one way or another.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's so bothersome when movies do that and are entirely different people by the time you get the sequel, and you're like, well, what happened with the first one? Or the most tedious thing for me is when you get them together, and then the very next thing you see is that they're arguing and having disagreements, and then they want to break up, and it's like, you just started, jeez!
So, another thing that stood out is that Clavius was taken with Queen Roberta.
Yeah. Right, yes, exactly.
Claudius was taking with Queen Roberta. He was kind of just doing what she wanted, and she got bossier and bossier.
Yeah, oh my god.
So he shut her mouth so she would stop telling him what to do.
Yeah. Right? She's the most bossy captain ever. Oh no, you're going to do exactly what I say because it's my birthday. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's supposed to be center of attention.
That was actually funny. And finally, he's like, "Okay, I've had enough.
You just go. I don't care
Shut
anymore."
her mouth." So it was nice that they had those funny moments in there because there was a little more dire straits in here than the first movie.
True.
And the balance of the comedy with it made it enjoyable.
Right.
It wasn't too much of one or the other, and it was a perfect balance. And of course, after she's rescued and Odette turns back to being human again, then we get to celebrate her birthday.
Right.
And John also gets revived.
Yes.
Right.
I did forget that. But yeah, he was taken out. And it's
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, every movie does someone get taken out?
Right?
But hopefully not the third one.
There's also another one. You recall the last, also speaking of the last review, you recall this kind of brings up a moment of tricked him, right? You know what? Pinocchio during this gurgle, Pinocchio gets it. I think what's very good was wanted to what I remember.
Yeah.
Real boy for a few seconds. Then he gets started again and turns back into a puppet. That's the one thing happens here.
Yes, it did. We just couldn't stop laughing because, like, oh no, we know where that joke came from. Maybe they did watch the Swan Princess franchise.
Right. So let's give a quick shout out to the cast and then a couple of facts about the movie, and then if you have any comments, let us know below. So we mentioned Michelle Nicastro as Princess Odette, Douglas Sills as Prince Derek, Jake Williamson as Sir Clavius. We had Christy Landers as Queen Roberta, Donald Sage McKay as Jean Bob or Jean Bob. Also, we had Doug Stone, Steve Vinovich, Joseph Madrano, James Arrington, Joey Cummin, Owen Miller, and
Wow.
Rosie Mann.
Lots of people.
So as you mentioned, this movie ran only...
Kenneth co-provided Derek's singing voice.
Yes, thank you. I did forget to mention that.
On for longer, forever, that plays over the credits.
That's it.
Thank you. I did forget. Thank you.
Pretty nice rendition.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
As you mentioned, this movie only runs 71 minutes. When it was released at the box office, it made a little over 273,000. Yes, not 1,000. I did get it right.
Seriously.
And on Rotten Tomatoes, unfortunately, it got a low score based on critic reviews. And it says charm was replaced with cartoon violence in a lackluster sequel. That's how they looked at it.
Cartoon I wouldn't call it cartoon violence. It was mischief. Granted, it was a little bit like watching Tom and Jerry, but I wouldn't say violent, just trying to make a little silly sequence, and that's it.
Definitely. And the last fact is this is the only film in the series that wasn't distributed through Sony Home Pictures.
Right. Wow.
And it takes place after the Swan Princess Christmas, which we haven't seen.
Oh my. There's a Christmas one?
So it's another one we gotta find out what happened between.
Swan Princess Christmas. That's another thing I felt irritating about that particular one. Because of that film takes place before 2. It's
So you have to watch Christmas to see what you missed.
Yeah. So it's like, you didn't tell me there was a tie-in movie special, like a comic. Great, now I gotta find something else. This is ridiculous.
So overall, it was a different film from the first one, but really enjoyable.
Yes.
I would give it, I would say, A-. And for me, because there were 5 songs, I would have liked maybe
a little fewer?
Yeah, I would like maybe 2 songs fewer.
Yeah.
But other than that, this was a fun movie, an interesting movie, engaging. I don't agree with the critics at all.
No.
I think they got this one wrong.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And what do you think, Star?
I feel like it was worth it.
Yes.
Yeah, true. And it was fun seeing the characters again, and they didn't go weird and make them unlike anything you saw in the first movie.
Definitely.
They just had development, and the development stuck.
And I like it. And I like their relationship grew when they were comfortable with each other.
Right.
And not bickering, fighting, and broken up. I really like that they advanced it in a nice way.
Right.
So if you've seen the Swan Princess either as Escape from Castle Mountain or as the Secret of the Castle, let us know in the comments. And if you haven't, it's available on DVD to watch. To watch. I don't know if you can stream it anywhere. It's a Sony release. Is it on their a platform maybe?
It's gotta be somewhere, maybe on Max or something.
Yeah. So if you haven't, give it a watch. Come back and tell us what you think.
And if you haven't already, subscribe for updates and reviews for your anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely. And join us in thanking Mega TriStar for joining us again
Yay!
for an awesome review.
Yes, that was so fun.
If you haven't already, visit her channel on YouTube as well as her Twitter X channel because again she's got lots
I
of
also have some
Join us in the
Oh, that's
magical
good.
Okay.
kingdom of
Well, then you gotta check out some things on there then.
Yes. And are we
The
following you on
Swan
Tumblr
Princess
yet?
and the Secret of the Castle.
Oh,
I don't think
Okay,
so.
then I gotta find you.
Okay.
Send me your @ for Tumblr because we're on Tumblr too. If you haven't, visit all three. You're gonna enjoy what she has, especially her Twitter
I know
X.
what you're talking about. I already know you. I already know what you're talking about.
I said, do we know
Oh.
your Tumblr?
Yeah.
Are we following you?
I don't think so.
Okay, send us a message so we can get followed. So we can follow you.
Sure.
Right.
Okay. And if you haven't, be sure to follow her on either of these three platforms. You're going to enjoy her content, what she has to say. And as always, thank you for joining us, subscribing, sharing our videos, and making comments. As always, you are
special. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Wrath Entertainment.
I'm Mom Entertainment, and
Toy Story 22 production.
yes,
Have a fantastic day.
peace.